Hello everyone, and welcome to race number 10 at 61 Kartway 2015. Ready to get the show started for you here today. A lot of camera angles for you here. The championship is beginning to heat up as we show you your starting lineup here at the bottom of the screen. Starting on the front row, Albert Graham has pole position, and Hannah McDonald will start to his outside. In row number 2, we have Thor McDonald, Joseph Rapp, two title contenders there as well. Al, Thor, and Joseph all in a very close battle for the championship points. We will show that to the points to you, of course, at the end of the race. It is beginning to tighten up, and we will include those drops for you here today as well. The two lowest races will be dropped by each driver. The only driver who will lose points because of that is Joseph Rapp, and that will take him out of the points lead, and right now has him barely in second over Thor McDonald in the points right now. So everyone racing for something here today. Of course, Hannah racing in a new chassis, well, a new chassis to her anyway. That chassis was formerly driven by Bill Carr. As we get away from all the drivers before they start up here today. A night race as well, different conditions than normal for these drivers. The conditions have changed. We are under the lights here as the days get shorter here at the end of the season. So drivers and teams will have to have made adjustments for that. They race in the light of day, so there's going to be a lot of different variables and factors going into this race. The karts will probably be looser, colder tires, colder engine temps, colder track temps for sure. So a lot of different things going on here today. And warm-up laps here. Hannah went around, and Joseph almost got anywhere near missed by a majority of the field there. No harm, no foul though. She gets going, and we continue to warm up pace laps here. As you can see, very slick out there with the colder temps. Marking a little fidgety. I saw Joseph Hall spin into the grass up on the top of the hill a little while ago, so these karts are a little fidgety right now, and drivers kind of seem to have a handful.
She's got to get her seat jokes back, too.
As they begin to line up for the start of this race. Race number 10. It's going to be an interesting one. Championships are on the line for multiple drivers. As they come down the hill, green flag is in the air for race 10. Oh, Nelson to the outside, 3 wide there, out in the middle, my goodness. And Nelson working his way up through the field. He's picked up 3 spots already, and now there's trouble. Top of the hill, 2, 3, 4 karts involved, I'm counting. And it looks like Owen is stuck to the back bumper of Nelson Jelinski. Thor was involved in that wreck. He's a championship leader. And he got going rather quickly again. Joseph Hall went clear down the hill to avoid the whole wreck. What a mess as the leaders worked their way onto the backside of the track. And Joseph Rapp has gone around on the backside of the track. Oh my goodness. He has gone around in the middle of the track. He cannot get going again. It looks like he's going to have to get out of that cart, push it around, and maybe get going again. So Thor now actually is in second position in his class, 3rd overall. And what could have been a big night for Joseph went all wrong right there as he went around on the backside of the track. I don't know. It looks like he might have just gotten wide and maybe loose. He got all the way up into that grass, and once you get into that grass, it's very hard to save the kart. And he was not able to do so. So Joseph Rapp finds himself a long ways behind the field. Part of the problem there too as well, all the corner workers were over trying to help the melee from lap 1 in the S's. there was no one around to look at the number 8 machine and help him get back going again. So, just a lot of problems compounded there for Joseph in that situation. As Nelson Yelinsky is off the track up here, he was not able to get back going, I do not believe. On board with Hannah McDonald, who sits in second. Albert Graham has blasted away from her. He has a very big lead. Here's Joseph Rapp, and he's over a half a lap behind. And he could be in danger of going a lap down in this race, the number 8 machine. Especially with the speed we've seen out of Albert Graham already here today. He's going to have to get on his horse if he wants to pick up some positions in this one. And the field very spread out now. And almost like these carts, when they were together in this race, they just looked fidgety almost. You could tell in the warm-ups, not everybody had a good handle on their cart. Hannah McDonald had spun out. Joseph Hall had kind of spun over on the top of the hill. I know you didn't see that, but he had. There are a couple guys just really sawing on the wheels, so track conditions, maybe these carts have not been adjusted accordingly or properly, and they were not ready for the cooler temps here tonight. It could have definitely been a factor. As we go on board with Owen here, who finds himself well behind in the field. Here he goes by Nelson Yelinsky, who's gotten back on track several laps down. We'll see if we can get you some replays here. Here's the replay from Owen's on board. And you're going to see Nelson was picking up position, but just ran out of room when he went to pick up a spot under Thor. He went to make the turn under Thor.
That's kind of what he got started doing.
And really just had nowhere to go with his momentum. He had a lot of it built up. See if we can get you another angle of the replay here, as action will continue on the track. Here's from the camera over in turn 1. Can't really see a whole lot from that angle. You see Joseph Hall. I mean, Joseph Hall was behind that whole incident. Had to fly by on the outside of Odin to get by the incident. So that was really troublesome for him there. As we continue to ride with Thor, now to the backside of the track. You see how spread out the field has gotten. Okay, Joseph Rapp's on board. He's trying to fall in line behind Thor, but all of a sudden Nelson's to the inside of him, and bam! Right there, into the right rear tire of the 66T. And it's not, I don't feel like Thor could have done anything in that situation. Nelson just had so much momentum, was trying to carry it somewhere, and you have to do that at the start of these races. You have to carry the momentum and try and pick up as many spots as possible. Otherwise, you can find yourself mired back in the field, and it can take you a while to work your way up through there. Alright, on board with Thor. This one's gonna hurt. Yeah, I mean, Thor had no idea that Nelson was there, so I mean, there's really nothing Thor could have done. Could Nelson have maybe gotten off the gas? Maybe he could have, but he's trying to pick up as many spots as possible. It's just a tough situation to be in, and well, now we have a spread out field. Here's Hannah McDonald, and of course she was way ahead of all this. Not even aware of what's going on behind her. That is interesting. The one thing I will say, Thor got going really, really quickly after Nelson got into him. So great recovery by the 66T team there. They have never ceased to amaze me. They always get back on track very, very quickly, even in incidents like those. All right, here's what happened to Joseph on the backside of the track. Whoa! Whoa! Oh boy! Wow! Thor just barely getting by on the outside. Had to make a quick decision. He was in the middle of a track. Had to make a quick decision to go to the outside. Joseph, I mean, it looked like he got a little wide and he got off in the grass. He almost had it saved, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. And that car just kind of the wrong angle for him. Back to that incident at the beginning of the race, there's nothing Nelson really, I feel like, could have done either. I mean, he's trying to pick up spots. He saw a hole, he went for it. Thor didn't know he was there. I mean, we don't have mirrors in these carts, obviously, so it's very hard to make that happen as Al Cram laps Joseph Rapp. How about we give you some crank it up here at 61 Kartway? Here from 61 Kartway to finish it off. To recap, wreck on lap 1. A lot of contenders involved. Joseph Hall, Odin, Thor, Nelson, all drivers that were involved. Then Joseph, later in the lap, same lap number 1, spun out over on the back side of the track. He fell to the back part of the field. And now Thor, even though he was involved in an incident, finds himself in second place in a championship. We've talked about this before. The ability to recover, the ability to get so much out of your cart and your team, even when it's not going the best. White flags in the air for the leaders. Here's Hannah in second. She'll get the white flag this time by. And the field definitely spread out. Maybe a little disheartened race with everybody taken out so early on lap number 1. It looked like it was going to be a good one here today, folks. And no doubt, the championship points have been shaken up again because Albert Cram will win another race here at 61 Kartway. And it will propel him further up the championship point standings. As of right now, he sits 5 points behind Joseph Rapp. Checkered flags in the air. Albert Cram wins at 61 Kartway. Nelson and Joseph both finish laps down. Second place, Hannah, but first in class. The number 66H takes the checkered flag. Coming across the line, Thor McDonald, second in class, third overall. What a recovery by that team. And keeping the momentum going. And there's Odin McDonald, bringing home fourth overall, second in class. And Joseph Hall, he was black flagged and penalized. Put a couple laps down for cutting the track over there to avoid the incident. They said he took a little bit of a shortcut there, so he was put on the tail end of the, put one lap down, so he actually finished behind Joseph Rapp. As Albert Cram gets the checkered flag. So that will wrap it up here from 61 Kartway here at a 380-pound clone standings with drops. Excuse me, Al got a 5-point advantage over Joseph Rapp with that one here tonight, propelling him up the standings, and he's on to try and catch Thor. It is close at the top of the field. That spin was a big hit for Joseph. He kind of needed that to propel him further in the standings. Hannah McDonald leads by a good margin over her brother Odin in the clone 320-pound class. The championship heating up here at 61 Kartway. We hope to see you next week for race number 11. Until then, so long everybody, and congratulations to Albert Cram and Hannah McDonald on their feature wins.